What's up, guys? I had to come on here and let you guys know that Liv and Dom got 1 million views in 2 weeks for their Hot Ones video. Now, Rhea still got bigger viewership than them, but I just wanted to let y'all know that, yeah, they got 1 million views in 2 weeks. So that's crazy. I told y'all they were gonna get 1 million views before the month ends. Well, actually, the month did end, but the fact that they got 1 million views less than 30 days is insane. But yeah, man, people are invested, man. They're invested in these two, and even though it's just on the internet, people are giving it much attention. But I just have two questions. You know what I'm saying? Again, congratulations for the 1 million views on this video. However, I just got two questions. If y'all are so invested in these two, why y'all not invested in Liv and Raquel? I mean, they're tag team champions and they get no interviews. It's a shame that Liv and Dom got to put all this content out, but Liv and Raquel can't get none. Unless it's unless it's on the WWE channel, or WWE Network. They can never do an interview outside of that. And it's just so dumb. And that's why I kind of want them to lose the titles, because if you're not going to promote them, then forget them. You get what I'm saying? And just have them go their separate ways, because it's obvious that people don't care about Raquel. So, if you're not going to be invested in Raquel, then separate her from Liv Morgan, because it's obvious that you want these two to be, to continue to promote these two, give them as much viewership as possible. I just think it's lame that one video gets the most attention, but every other interview they do, it flops, and every time they do an interview, even when they do an interview separate, it just doesn't reach. When Liv Morgan went on Kelly Clarkson and did an interview with Brooke Shields, it only did 10K, and it's still 10K, and that's sad, because Liv Morgan should get more views than that. But hopefully this movie that she's in will give her more viewership to where she don't need Dom. She could just go on by herself. And, if she want to promote herself, that's great. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's just a shame that they had to rely on this one channel. Shout out to First We Feast. But it's just sad that that one video has got the most attention, but don't have enough attention to where people can, when you go to people and you ask them, or you bring up Liv Morgan or Dominic Mysterio, they'll be like, who? You know what I'm saying? But I bet you if you mention Dominic Spotter, people will be like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, hopefully people will recognize Liv Morgan after this movie that she put out. But I just think it's interesting that one video get the most marketing and promo and marketing budget than the other. I mean, just look at this screen recording, right? When I type in reaction videos, only one video, just one. And this guy only got 105 views. But if you type in Rhea, she got 2 reactors. And look, forget the views. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, the Hot Ones, only got 1 reactor when Rhea has 2, kind of lets you know that who's a bigger superstar. And that's why I want Liv Morgan to go to Hollywood, because she will be a bigger superstar, a bigger actress if she succeeds in this movie. So I hope this movie does well. I don't want to see more Liv and Dom interviews because we know what's going to happen when she comes back. Okay, anybody that don't know, well, I'm just going to let you know that when Liv Morgan comes back, the whole atmosphere change, right? The people going to change. The title's going to change. Everything, the relationship is going to change. Everything is going to change. And the reason why is because due to your absence, everybody is talking to each other now. They're interacting with each other more. And it's all because, you left them alone with Finn. And now that Finn has an opportunity to talk to JD and Carlito and Raquel, they can start to think okay, does Dom care about me? Does Liv Morgan care about me? And if they start to switch up on you, rightfully so, because they when you was around, they were intimidated by you. Now that you're gone, they're gonna, most likely have a conversation with all each other. So where that way, okay, you guys gotta listen to me because I know Liv Morgan's trying to kick me out, and maybe, well, actually, Finn probably don't know that Liv Morgan's trying to kick him out. But however, when people said that Finn Balor was going to get kicked out, it got reversed. Now people are saying that Dom is going to get kicked out. You want to know why? Because he has the title. If it wasn't for that title, then it probably would have been the other way around. But it's not. Dom is going to get kicked out because he won the Intercontinental title. And now that Liv Morgan's not there to back him up, he's going to have to, deal with the consequences of what's going to happen, of what happened at WrestleMania 41. Now, I still give him props. I'm so glad that he won that title because he won it clean with no help, which is a great business move on Triple H's part, because we don't want Liv Morgan to be the reason why he won the title. We want him to be the reason why he won the title. So shout out to Triple H for that. But that still don't change the fact that Liv Morgan's going to come back and say that I put you in that match. But Dom can come back and say, yeah, that I never asked to be in that match. So again, Liv, you're doing things out of your way than doing everything the crew way. You get what I'm saying? And you can't talk about this family shit if you're not doing family shit. Because what family don't do is go behind each other's backs just because they think that they know everything. You don't know everything. Everything you say is a lie. The only thing you probably didn't lie about is, God, there's just so much that Liv Morgan be saying that I just don't know that's true. Like every time I hear Liv Morgan talk, all I hear is a woman that's either, I can't tell if she's trolling or she's just really lying on purpose and really don't know what the truth is. Okay? The only thing that's true is her resume. I won the women's world title. I won the tag team titles 4 times. I you know what I mean? I was crown jewel. You know what I mean? Like, look, listen, congratulations. You won the WWE Women's Championship. Money in the Bank. Absolutely. But that is true. But it's not true. If we're just talking about the Judgment Day, is this, that you respect each member. Okay? You don't respect Finn. You don't respect Carlito. You don't respect Dom. You don't respect Raquel. And you don't respect JD. You want to know why? Because let's talk about it. Like, all right. I'm going to say, okay, like, I'll start with Finn. Finn, you booked a tag team match behind his back without talking to him, but you talked to JD. So basically, it sounds to me like you're trying to get JD to betray Finn Balor, but here's the thing. You can't betray Finn Balor, and the reason why is because the people see you. You say that we're a family and we're a group and all that, but you were mad at the fact that he said that he won the match and y'all didn't win the match. Okay, listen, Liv. I understand that, and I get it. You want him to say we won the match, but here's the problem: Finn has been taking L's, so the least he could do is cheer himself up. Yeah, he should have said we, but what would you want him to do? I mean, the man is egotistic, just like you. You're acting like you care about the crew, but you don't give a shit. And the reason why you don't care is because this is about you and him. This ain't about you and Dom. This ain't about you and Raquel. This is about you and Finn. Because that was the purpose in the beginning. The beginning was, let's get rid of Rhea and Damian and let's take over. That was y'all plan. But because you were so wrapped around Dom that you forgot about that plan. So you and Finn haven't been getting along because you've been focusing on Dom while he been focusing on how he become one of the top stars in the business. Because think about it, he's been falling off. Bro's been taking L after L after L ever since he got rid of Damian and Rhea. But I feel like he's been taking L. Well, he hasn't been the top star since he joined the Judgment Day. I'll just say it like that. But even when he came back from his injury, he wasn't the top star. So let's not say that. So let's get into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since bro got injured, he hasn't been the same. And I would hate for him to compete at SummerSlam, because if he get injured again, what was this all worth? I hope that Finn don't get injured at SummerSlam. I'm praying that he don't get injured, because I know you're going to laugh at that shit, and you're probably going to try to get everybody back together if he does get injured, which I pray he don't. Like, Finn, we can't have you get injured again, bro. Be very careful when you face Dom at SummerSlam. Be very careful. Otherwise, do it at Money in the Bank, because we don't want you to get hurt. You know? So that's one thing I hope that Finn don't do. I hope he don't get hurt. But yeah, I feel like that's the thing. You and Finn haven't had a conversation. And that's why I would like it if they will kick Finn and Liv out, because think about it. If Rhea and Damian are getting kicked out, then you two should get kicked out too. Okay? And the reason why you two should get kicked out is because you both kicked Rhea and Damian out, and this whole group thing is all about you two versus about the group. That's the problem, and that's why I think you two need to have a conversation, because right now you two are not talking, and that's the problem. You two are not interacting, and that's the reason why y'all beefing. It's because you two are not getting along. Dom and JD, Carlito and Raquel are just wondering why these two are beefing with each other. Well, they're beefing with each other is because Finn is not focused. Same with Liv Morgan. She's not focused. None of y'all are focused. Y'all are distracted and you are unfocused. And the reason why y'all unfocused is because you're too busy trying to get a golden title. But here's the problem. Liv has the golden title and you don't. So Finn is taking bumps and L's left and right, and it's all because of you. Okay? Finn is taking L's left and right because he's not confident in himself. He keeps taking L's. People are online telling him you need to leave the Judgment Day, which I hope he does. But the only way he can leave is if you leave with him. Because you got to think about it. You two should have been the biggest stars right now. But right now, Liv Morgan's getting all the press, getting all the fame, and Finn ain't getting shit but backlash, and people changing his name to Finn Balor. That is so embarrassing. I don't know which one it is. I'm thinking Carlito's, I'm thinking Carlito's name is embarrassing. You want to know why? Because let's talk about that. We'll get to JD later, but let's talk about Carlito. You don't respect Carlito. That's blank, period. You do not respect him. You don't show love to him. You don't like him. I really don't think you look at him as a man, when this man is a veteran in his business. You look at Carlito like he's a ham, and it's not even Thanksgiving. Like, that's the thing. You're not giving thanks or giving compliments to Carlito because you keep calling him a Nickelodeon character. He's not Miranda Castro. All right? Stop calling him that. I'm not going to say the name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. His name is Carlito. He is a former Intercontinental Champion. He is a former United States Champion. He is a former 2-time Tag Team Champion. Shout out to his brother Primo. There you go. He is a veteran in this business. So, he earns the respect for everything he's done. Nobody gave him nothing, you bitch-ass cracker. So the way you tell a story is that you want to stand on people's shoulders. And if you want to talk about JD, where was the love with JD that was in when he was hurt, huh? When JD was hurt, I don't see no tweet of you showing love. I didn't see that. Where was it? Where is it? Nowhere to be found. I can't find one tweet of you showing love to JD. Where's the love? That's the problem. You're reposting shit, but never saying shit. But I bet you if it was Dom, you would say something. And let's talk about Dom. I don't feel like, you know what's sad about I hate the fact that the creative writing team that's making these plots are not talking about the truth. And right now, they're not telling the truth. The truth, if you're not going to tell the truth about why Liv Morgan is with Dom because you want to please these living Dom bots online, then damn, you guys are going out sad. because that's probably one of the reasons why you reverse the decision with the tag team titles, because you can't handle the backlash. So you can't handle the backlash of Liv Morgan's fans, but you can handle the backlash of WWE fans that tell you to get your bookings right, get your story straight, get your build-ups correct, make it make sense. What? You think it makes sense to take the titles away from Lyra and Becky when you could have waited till Backlash? Now, if it's because of this movie thing, then okay. But wait a minute. Don't you think it makes sense if you have somebody else defend the titles while Liv Morgan go in the movies? Go to Tokyo, because right now she's at Tokyo right now filming. Why the fuck would you give the titles back if she's filming? She's literally at Tokyo right now, and Raquel got nothing to do. What can Raquel do while she's gone? Now, some people say that Raquel should, do some solo matches until she comes back, which is good. That could at least show and tell. But still, I gotta get back on topic. Carlito is getting treated like he's R-Truth. But the thing is, you don't hear, Liv Morgan calling R-Truth like Raleigh Truth or R Tiffany. You don't hear her saying that. She respects R-Truth, but she don't respect Carlito. What? That's just crazy. Bro. Look, I understand we males are scared of women, all right? Because the society has changed. This generation they're side with women more than they sided with men. People are sexist now, and that's sad. But you are a grown-ass man letting a grown-ass woman call you a woman's name. And you're okay with that? Come on, Carlito. We still calling you that. We still calling you Carlito. We're not calling you what Liv Morgan calling you. We're calling you Carlito because you're a legend. Stop. It's not funny. Stop calling him that. You are... See that, and you wonder why I keep calling you names, because you don't show no respect. You don't respect Maxine. You don't respect Bianca. You don't respect Alexa. You don't respect Becky. You don't respect Rhea. You don't respect anybody. You don't even respect Kathy. Kathy literally commented on your post and said, "Congratulations. I hope you get cast in all the movies so you can leave me alone." And you comment back saying, "I know you'll never admit it, but you're going to miss me." Nah. We ain't gonna miss your yellow bitty ass. Hell no, we ain't gonna miss you. We actually want you to be gone for at least 60 days, but 30 days is good. 30 days is good. Because that could give Finn Balor enough time to talk to each member in the group, except Dom. So honestly, it's gonna be interesting when you come back, but however, I gotta get back to the list. Okay, now... What I was talking about? Oh, Dom. Okay, yeah, Dom. Listen, people already talking about Dom cheating. Now, I'm hoping he don't cheat, but if he do cheat, I'm gonna be very upset, because if you cheat, Dom, you know what's gonna happen if you cheat and you get with another chick? That chick gonna dog you and then people gonna start saying you should have stick with Liv, you should have stick with Rhea. They're gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? When the simple thing you could have done was you could have just lost interest, focus on your title, and focus on that. Don't focus on the woman. You could have done that. But instead, you telling me that you're going to go mess around with another chick instead of just mess around and look for enemies so that way you could, get some people to compete for that title? Well, you got Sheamus, you got Kaiser, you got AJ Styles on the way. But no, you want to focus on Liv and Dom. Well, guess what? Liv is at Tokyo right now, and all you got is Raquel. Are you going to talk to her? Are you going to interact with her? Are you going to spend time with her? No, you won't, because you're not cool with Raquel like that. So stop playing, bro. So because the truth is, you only went Liv Morgan for, I don't want to say attention, but it is giving you some attention. And the fact you got 1 million views in this one video is interesting, but in every other video, it's not like that. I could play a screen recording of all the interviews you guys have done, and they all flopped. Okay, maybe like one or two have got close to 1 million, but most of them just under, and that's just the bottom line of it. So again, listen, I hope Dom don't cheat, but if he does cheat, then that would be messed up on his end, because then how he's supposed to be babyface if he's gonna go mess around with another woman? Now I got another theory where maybe Finn Balor will set him up with another chick. Like maybe he can add a woman member in the group, and then what he's gonna probably do is that he's gonna see if Dom is catch her interest and whatnot. And if that happens, then you already know what's going down, right? So maybe Finn might add a new member, while Liv Morgan is gone. Maybe he might add Roxanne. Maybe he might add. I did the polls, right? I asked people who would replace Liv Morgan. Some people said Roxanne. Some people say Kona Jade. Some people say Dakota. Let me see. Some people say Maya May, but that's not possible because she hasn't been released yet. So you're never going to get that. But yeah, man, that's the only three so far. But other than that, I'm going for Roxanne. But like I said, I hope that he doesn't cheat. But if he does cheat, then that's going to look bad on his end, because if that woman dog him, people going to say, you should stick with Liv, you should stick with Rhea, which is ridiculous because Roxanne rocked out on her best friend at Stand and Deliver. So why would you want to hook him up with somebody that can walk away from him when Dom needs her the most? You feel me? All it's going to do is just draw him back to Liv Morgan, and because if Rhea don't want him, it's over, And maybe he could get back with Dame. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can get back with his spotter. I don't know. But it's not going to look good on his end. I would rather for Dom to go to Rhea than go to Liv Morgan. Because hopefully Liv Morgan would do more roles so that way she can work part-time. And then that way if Dom wants to look for closure, he can go to, Rhea Rebbe. Even though I kind of want Rhea to go to Jay. But we haven't seen any segments between those two, so I don't know if they're ever going to do it. All I know is that this ain't looking good for Dom, because this is my theory, right? Oh, matter of fact, let me get to Raquel real quick and then I'll come back. Okay, so Raquel, let me just say this, right? I feel so sorry for Raquel because everybody's so hyped up for Liv and Dom. They're not even hyped up for Liv and Raquel, okay? But you brung this woman to clubs, you have brung this woman to places that she ain't never been before, and you're telling me that after doing all this, people still ain't gravitate to Raquel? I just assume people don't like Raquel is because they want her to go solo and come back babyface again, But because the reality of it is Raquel's not a heel in real life; she's a babyface. If you listen to all her interviews, you hear babyface in her. She's real. She's keeping 100. She's human. And that's what's good about Raquel, is that Raquel is not a mean person. Raquel is very genuine. She's a mother of one child. You know what I mean? And she treats people with love and care. And you telling me that she's a heel? Come on. Even people say that Roxanne's like that, but I don't know. I don't know Roxanne, so I don't know. But all I know is that me thinking that Raquel is a heel, some people don't like that. Some people say Raquel is better off babyface. But how is she gonna be babyface if she portrayed Liv Morgan and people are saying that Liv Morgan's gonna turn babyface? Liv Morgan can't turn babyface because she said up front she wants to be heel. So let her be healed. You know what I'm saying? Let her go through her trauma, because honestly, I kind of want her to go through her trauma, because here's the thing. I want Liv Morgan to be traumatized to where, damn, I got played by Dom and I got played by Raquel and I got kicked out of the Judgment Day. And the reason why is because when you went overseas, you didn't think about what will happen if I leave and then I come back and things change. Well, that's life. People gonna change, And you left them alone with Finn Balor. What do you think it was gonna happen? Okay, Finn Balor already talking to JD. Well, it hasn't been shown yet, but he will be talking to JD next week, and hopefully JD will talk to Carlito, and then Carlito will. Well, he ain't gonna say nothing to Raquel, but JD and Finn can talk to Raquel, or it just be Finn. And then what's gonna happen is that 4 members are gonna slowly turn on Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. So the only way that Dom can turn on Liv Morgan is if Finn set him up with another broad. Like, let's say if he add another woman to the group, and the woman ends up to be Roxanne. And Dom and Roxanne start working together, including Raquel. Then what's going to end up happening is that Dom is going to get accused for cheating because he's talking to another woman while Liv Morgan is back and she's pretty much looking around, and it's like, what happened? Well, you know what happened. When you walked away, everybody had to keep it moving. Not everybody's going to stay still for you, Liv. Everybody's gonna keep it pushing. That's how life works. When somebody leaves and walk out that door, we continue to move forward. That's how life goes. It's just that's how life goes. I mean, if you're in a relationship and that woman or that man walk away, you got to keep moving forward. You can't hold on to those emotions. You can't make permanent decisions due to temporary feelings. All right, we got to keep moving on. All right. And that's what's going to happen with the Judgment Day. They're going to keep moving on. And when you come back, there will be changes, and people predict you're going to be gone for 3 weeks. That's cool. But here's the thing. If you're going to be gone for a month, you already know what's going to go down. Okay. And if Dom gets kicked out, I just hope that, they don't do it too soon. Because when Liv Morgan comes back, I will want her to see that Dom is messing with another woman if they're going to have him cheat. Like, I would like for him to cheat on Liv Morgan for Roxanne, and she start to see that Dom is a snake. And once everybody started to see that, then at that point, Dom will be kicked out, and he will get done up just like Randy Orton did when he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004, and he will be beat up, bloodied, because Finn pretty much put the plot on him, man. He started planning. He took my advice. I told him start planning, and he took my advice. I said start planning, and he listened, because while you was playing video games and facing people like AJ Styles, you know what I mean? Finn was talking to each member to get them to turn their back on you. And when Liv Morgan comes back, you know what's going to happen? She's going to see that you're with another broad. And at that point, the whole crew is going to betray you. And then when that happens, it's over. It's over. Now, everybody's talking. Everybody's doing these polls. I've been doing a couple polls, and everybody's been saying that Dom is going to get kicked out. I want Finn and Liv to get kicked out, but if Dom gets kicked out, I don't know what's coming next. Only thing I just hope for is that for Rock, is that while he's with Roxanne, you can get Raquel and Carlito to maybe team up with him, but I don't know. It just all depends. So that's my theory, but hopefully all this ends after SummerSlam, and then hopefully everybody move on. That's what I hope. So, but as for Raquel, I want to just say this. Liv, nobody cares about Raquel right now, and the main reason they don't care about Raquel right now is because she's with you. Okay? You think shouting her out in every single interview means something. Well, here's the thing. Actions speak louder than words. All right? You need to bring Raquel in your interviews because you two are tag team champions. So seek into that. If you're not going to seek into that, then it's obvious that you are not looking out for Raquel. You're looking out for yourself. This is we when it's tag team titles on the waistline. This is we when it comes to the tag team belts. But you keep saying we when you're in front of that camera. But no. You keep saying we when you're at WWE, right? But when it's time to do an interview, it's all about you. It's not about you and Raquel. It's about you. That's what I'm saying. You was on Kelly Clarkson, and Brooke Shields mentioned Raquel multiple times, and where she's at. Where's Raquel? You only did, I understand the interview was short because he was on a Zoom call, but still, you should have had Raquel. And that's messed up. You talk about you're a tag team. You talk about you're the greatest tag team of all time, but won't including your tag team partner in your interviews. Just talk about her, but don't have her with you. Makes no sense. You talk about that's your best friend, but you're embarrassing your best friend by not bringing her in your interviews and record her while she's dancing. You're not dancing with her. You took her to the club and what was that? Okay, you took her to the club and, with Kelly. What does that do? With every other interview she could have been on, but instead you're bringing Dom. So you go to the jewelry store and you, quote unquote, have Dom buy you a Rollie, but you won't include Raquel too? Like, Raquel can't get a Rollie? That's what I'm saying, man. You talk about they're a tag team, but they're not doing tag team shit. Liv Morgan talking about Bailey and Lyra are not a tag team. Neither are y'all. You don't have your own theme song. You don't have your own entrance. You don't even have your own outfits. You have no merch. You have no interviews. And you talk about you're a tag team. No, you're not. You're not. When Alexa Bliss was teaming up with Nia Jax, she brung Nia Jax to the Steve Harvey show. Look it up. It's on YouTube, I believe. Okay? Stop lying to these people and saying that you care about Raquel when that's not true. You didn't bring, okay. Here, let's just get to the conclusion. The bottom line is this. I gave you reasons why that the Judgment Day has to split. And again, if you want to talk about the Hot Ones video, yeah, they got 1 million views. Congratulations. Your dream has come true. You got attention for being a fake couple. But that's still on top Rhea's interview when she's getting the most attention for that interview with Kevin Hart. And not only that, yes, one video. But here's the thing. Regardless if you get 1 million views on one video, people still don't know who you two are outside of the internet. I'm just keeping it a band. If I can't go to a person at the store and say, hey, Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and they keep throwing that word who at me, then that lets me know that your two are not relevant. You're only relevant online. And all the times I've been in these stores, you can't find one person that wears a Live and Dirty shirt without wearing a Legend shirt. Whether it's Stone Cold, The Rock, John Cena, Randy Orton, Undertaker, that's all people wear. They don't wear anything else. Because you two are not known. And this video don't mean shit. You're still, every interview you do, even if you still do it now, it's still not giving y'all the attention that y'all asked for. Every interview flopped. Even the video where y'all went to Italy, it can't even touch 1 million. So the Hot Ones video get 1 million, but the video with you guys going to Italy didn't get 1 million. Come on, man. It's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Now, if this video, if this interview top Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins when this year ends, then okay, cool. I mean, cool. I mean, that's cool. I'm fine with that. I mean, if this video get the most views, then Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, then okay, cool. But people still don't know you. They still don't know you guys. So even if the video get 5 mil, 10 mil, I doubt it's gonna get 10 million. I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna get 10 million. I doubt it. But but will it beat Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch? Probably, because it took them 2 years to get that. But will it get? But how many months would this get? I don't know. I mean, I just think it's a shame that they let one video change everything. Like one video that didn't do anything but kept things the same. If this video means a lot to y'all, then why come every other interview don't do it? So this video does it. Okay. Well, we already reached y'all peak. Now it's Liv Morgan's turn. Now, hopefully when this movie is done, hopefully Liv Morgan can start getting more and more interviews by herself without Dominic Mysterio included. So, yeah. Hopefully, and by the way, I still think that the reason why this video is getting the most attention and then there are other interviews is because people know they're going to break up. So these Liv and Dom fans are running it up just so that way they can give it this attention and whatnot. So I think that's the reason, because they know they're gonna secretly they know that Liv and Dom are gonna split, and they want to show Triple H that, hey, no, we still support them. Please keep them together. They're gonna split, guys. Okay, Liv Morgan is probably gonna go part-time due to acting and whatnot. And that's it. We're not going back to the Liv and Dom movement no more. It's done. Once the truth comes out that Dominic Mysterio can't be trusted and Liv Morgan can't be trusted, it's over. So, yeah, we're done. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens next week, but y'all get in the comment box and discuss. What do you guys think about this Hot Ones video? What do you guys think, man? 1 million views in 2 weeks. Can you believe that? When it took 2 years for Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins to get 2 million. That's crazy. A real couple gets a 2-year mark of promo to where it only takes 2 years for them to get 2 million. A real couple gets 2 million in 2 years, but Liv and Dom get 1 million, and they're a fake couple, and it took 2 weeks to get 1 million views for one video. It's ridiculous. But that still didn't change the fact that Rhea beat y'all to the punch, so yeah. But y'all comment down below, let me know what y'all think about this video. What y'all think about the fact that they got 1 million views in 2 weeks. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll catch y'all in the next video, all right? I'm out.